Hi, everybody. This is Jason.
This is Pete.
And this is the Lost Leisures podcast. And what are we doing today, Pete?
We're here to talk about our top 5 support choices. That's a 5. That's a backwards 5. Our top 5 support unit choices. And in particular...
Very supportive.
In particular, their loadouts as well. Loadout?
Yes.
Weapon, war gear, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, so there's not as many support units. So what we thought was we would be particular about their loadouts. So say if you could take them one way or the other, we would say this is the one that is the best.
Damn straight. So that's what we're here to do. So we're going to jump into it. Where are we? Oh, here we go. Lovely. And a lovely picture as usual, Jay.
Thank the internet. The internet
thank
provides.
So top 5. So starting off, I have no idea who's first. Let's have a look. First up is me. Aha! The apothecary. The humble apothecary. Not the most entertaining and most fun one to start with, but I think he's got an honourable mention. The reason why I like this guy, and I've not actually used him yet, but I keep building lists with them in, is he's only 35 points. And the point, the main awkwardness about getting him in is that do you take him as a regular support option, or do you do the apothecarian detachment, right? Because it seems almost a shame to use up a whole support choice for one model. But he's still technically a support unit, so we'll put him in there. So the best thing about the apothecary, in my humble opinion, is he gives you the chance to recover from status effects at a -2, which, when it works, that could literally be the difference between you scoring an objective or not, and then could be literally game-changing. So to have that 35-point insurance there is really cool. They're also so iconic, aren't they? They're very iconic of Space Marines in general, but I think definitely in the Horus Heresy you see them all the time. I like the idea of running them maybe with a Tech Marine and having the proper Codex creeping in sort of mode and whatnot. But I think they're pretty cool.
I think they're really good too. I think that for a lot of the reasons that you said, and it's that bonus to recover from statuses that I think is the best thing. And you throw them in like one of your big Death Star units that doesn't have like Nuncio Vox options, and you have a better chance to recover, which is good. And you also have the medic reaction if you really need it, which could be pretty clutch, right?
Yeah, exactly. So you don't get to use his -2 to the recovery action when you Nuncio Vox in, or do you?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't think you do. I don't think you would.
I don't think you get it. I think it's only at the recovery stage. I think the Nuncio Fox lets you do a Nuncio Fox recovery instead of the recovery phase. But
I've never had these guys in a unit with a Nuncio Vox. I've always just put them in big punchy units that actually could use the medic reaction or didn't have the Nuncio Vox. That's actually every time I've used them, it's been in basically a Death Star.
Yeah, let us know, guys, if you know that. And we're back. Okay. So I was just saying the medic reaction it allows you to negate the damage by 1 point of damage for incoming attacks, right?
Yes,
shooting attacks, I think it is in particular. Used it against me of your Space Wolves, and it made the difference. I had some damage to weaponry coming into you. It was against some Terminators, if I'm remembering this correctly. And then, you end up taking a couple damage 1 wounds, which made all the difference. So, situationally...
I mean, it did put them on damage 1, but they weren't...
still there, right?
People weren't dying. Yeah,
exactly. So, it can make a big difference. I think all in all, they're really good. It's just a case of, do you want to unlock that auxiliary detachment, which allows you to take support units? That's like the first question. And then secondly, do you want to spend one of those 2 support units of that auxiliary detachment to use an apothecary? Go ahead.
Or you just use a primary slot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The cheeky way around it actually is you could take the apothecarian cadre, whatever it's called, and then one of the apothecaries gets prime. So then that apothecary can just logistical benefit in a unit that you wanted to take anyway. So there's a nice way of kind of doing that anyway, right? So something.
That's a good sneaky thing to remember. Thanks. Actually, I didn't know that.
That and Tech Marines do the same. So he's like, I really want an apothecary,
Yeah.
Instead of logistical, you can just go, I'm going to take the apothecary attachment, which lets me take loads more apothecaries.
Because it comes with a prime slot.
Comes with a prime apothecary, so then you can logistical benefit in the other squad you were going to take anyway. Yeah. All right.
That's actually really funny.
Moving on to Jason's number 5.
Tech Marine!
Humble Tech Marine. Well, not so humble. Definitely not humble. But
So I'm with Pete about the Apothecary. I think the Apothecary is really good, but I found in games lately that the Tech Marine is a lot better than I thought they were, because they remove statuses, which vehicles don't get as much as I thought they would, but it still does remove them. But the thing it really does is like repair hull points. They're just really good. They're really useful. You can put them in a squad and then they can run out by themselves because they're operator, I think it's called. I forget what it's called.
Yeah, I can't remember.
They're independent, but they basically behave like independent units.
They're like
so they can actually run out,
aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah. They can't like challenge or champion.
Specialists? I think they're all specialists.
Specialists. That's it. That's it. So it just means that like they can run out of a unit. Like I've had them in my big Spartan before, and then they've run out to just go like fix up something that's broken. I have not run a list without a Tech Marine since the start of 3.0.
Interesting.
So I keep running them over and over and over again. Just one humble Tech Marine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like both the Apothecary and the Tech Marine.
Repairing 3 hull points is pretty decent, right? And stacks as well. You have a couple, and you can keep your tanks alive for a lot longer. I think because of how good tanks are, then the Tech Marine makes good sense to use him in this edition. Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Cool. Let's move to your number 4.
It'd be nice if we had like a nice kit that was like an Apothecary and Tech Marine kit, like like just like it could be like 4 models. £50, don't care. But no, it'd just be nice to have like some sort of options other than just the resin ones. But yeah, moving on then. Number 4. Alrighty. So specific lists, kit builds now. So in particular, the rapiers and laser destroyers. And I'm going to be quite specific here. I think a unit of 4. You need to max out.
Okay.
You need to max out your laser destroyers. You need to make it super scary to want to shoot at this unit. That's my opinion.
Okay.
Because who wants to be returning fire with, is it 2 shots each or 3 shots each they get? I can't remember now, but it's a whole load of, I think it's 2 shots each, a whole load of laser shots.
I was less thinking that return fire, because I've not used these guys this time around, but like I used to use them a lot. But it's the sheer taking out tanks, which is just really good. Like people aren't going to want to push forward into them.
Yeah.
And I've had to face against them a few times, and I find them very intimidating.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. I've not used them myself, but the when I have played against them, I've only played against like squads of 2, and that's been still quite threatening. So a squad of 4 would be, you don't even want to risk firing your tank. You can't fire your tank at them. You're going to lose your tank, right? I remember now that all of the crew get to fire their bolters as well. So even if you do shoot them with a Tech Marine squad, you've got potentially 16 bolter shots coming back and 8 laser destroyer shots as well. You're going to be exchanging quite a lot of firepower.
I remember this from your quad bolters when your quad guns launches that were fire. Yeah,
spoilers. Yeah, but yeah, there's. I think they're good. It's nice we've got the kits. The kits are lovely to put together. I think rapiers are really, really good. You want to be a little bit careful with them. That they're really tough, and then they just crumple. Like so, if you're hit with anything that's strength 6 or 7, and it's damage 2, you'll just start rolling 1s and 2s for your armor saves, and you're just removing the guns. So
auto cannons will like just do a number on these guys, right? Like just anything that's 2 damage. I hit them with the glaive, not these in particular, but like the quad launchers, and they just the whole unit just got picked up and removed. Yeah.
They are pretty cool. Oh, I think you could actually going back. You could look to consider putting an apothecary in with these, which might not be such a terrible idea for 45 points.
Oh, for the medic reaction, right?
Yeah, and they can't take an Nunciovox either. So when these guys do take a status effect, they have to wait till the end of the turn, and then they're hoping they're going to pass it on their call of 8, I think. So, that might not be a bad thing. And then also you got the medic reaction to keep them in the fight longer. But to be honest, you probably just want to be returning fire with them. You want these things shooting as much as possible throughout the course of the game. So, yeah. All right. Moving on. Jay's number 4.
So my number 4, I went off pace
Legion
a little bit
specific.
Here. And I went Legion specific. I really like these guys. The Space Wolf Yordlin Hunter pack.
Okay.
I think they're really, really cool. So I kind of wanted to just point out again, like there are a couple of these support units that are scattered around as different like Legion units.
Okay.
And like, so for example, the Dark Angels have one, the Salamanders have one, and these guys. And I think that they're just really cool. It was kind of a toss up between these and the Interruptors for me. But these guys won out, especially because they're in the PDF, and I just think they're so cool. They have hand flamers, and if they have up to 5 of them with hand flamers shooting at you, their hand flamers gain Panic 1.
Whoa.
So it's a melee unit. Yeah.
Okay.
So they can run up and panic you, and then charge into you, and it's just like
Flames of Fenris.
It's a really cool. Exactly. They have Vanguard 3 too. Move through cover. Firestorm, like they're just a cool unit. The Huntmaster, the guy who comes with them, can have one of the frost weapons. Like they are 17 points a model, so they're not super cheap. But yeah, I think that they're a really fun unit, and I just like this. And there's a couple others, like I said, that really spark my imagination. I think will be really fun to use on the tabletop. And yeah, I think these guys are really good. The Panic 1 on the hand flamers makes these guys pretty cool.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Very cool. I didn't know they existed, to be honest, but that's very good. Talking of fiery surprises, moving on. It's my number 3, a tactical support squad with flamers. Now, in particular, I would look to... and as we always say, if you know whose models these are that Jason's shamefully grabbed off the internet, please do chuck in the comments, go, woohoo, that's my friend's miniatures, or whatever, shout out to them.
We've had 1 or 2 actually get claimed, and
cool.
we've put them in the notes. Yeah. So yeah, we'd love to give you guys credit if these are yours.
Yeah. Yeah, so... Unlike what I said about the rapiers, and you want to max out the squad, I think you kind of actually brought this to my attention a few months back. Like, a squad of 5 of these with flamers is, I think, I've got my book to hand, I think it's 65 points. I mean, it's 5 points a flamer, and they're 40 points a unit.
Yeah.
I would be tempted to not even bother giving them a rhino. I would just run them into some medium cover, keep them hidden, and then just area just use them to area deny, to piss something off, to just get them in the middle of the board and just be like, okay, this is a panic area.
Yeah, panic is such a big deal that like I agree with you actually. I think these guys are cool. The little units of them I think are actually pretty
65
dope.
points for like a it was an 8-inch template, 7-inch moves. What's that? 15. Yeah, 15-inch Panic 1 fret bubble.
They have to deal with it.
Yeah.
So, like, even if they just spend a round shooting at it, like, there you go. You've saved something else for 65 points.
It's nothing. It's so cheap. It doesn't have to do a lot, does it? It just has to make 1 unit flee across the course of the game, and it's done its job. That's it.
I feel like the bigger problem with these guys is finding a detachment to put them in, but that's about it.
Yeah. Well, what you do is you take your apothecary and then you logistically benefit these guys in. There you go.
Perfect.
Job done. Yeah, I think they're good. They're going to fit better for certain legions. I think, legions that can move a little bit faster. It might be cool for White Scars, maybe, to be able to just chuck them at the board quick and easy. Yeah, no, they're cool. I'm a big fan of them. Cool, moving on. Jay's number 3.
So, the Salamander Sanctifier squads. More flames! So these guys are cool because they can have multiple statuses. So they kind of end up just being like a vet squad. They're weapon skill 5. They have Vanguard 3. They have Firestorm.
Oh, wow.
They can have a Vexilla. It's just like they end up being like kind of a really cool unit, but they have the Obstidite Rota Cannon, which is a Rota Cannon with suppressive 1, or you can like use the Obstidite rounds, which give it overload 1, breaching 6 up, critical hit 6 up. So
It's not bad.
you can, yeah. So you could throw a couple Rota cannons in there. You can throw some heavy flamers. You can throw some flamers in the unit, and then you have a unit that can do multiple statuses, and I just think that's really cool. So again, like there are some of these interesting units that are in the game.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, no, the critical hit. So you roll 6 to hit. You're doing 2 wound, or 2 damage rather, breaching rounds, right? It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Oh, and they get the forge crafted flamers too, so which are a little better.
Yeah. +1 strength.
So it is, I think, Panic 2. I believe.
It's more panic. Okay. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll double check. Let me double check. I don't actually remember off the top of my head, but yeah, they are. I think they're just a really cool unit, and I think because they're a support unit, and salamanders get like their special unit has support options in it. Like it is actually pretty cool for them.
Yeah. I think you would warrant putting these guys in a transport as well. Unlike what we said about the flame unit a moment ago, they're so cheap. You just don't care. Throw them up, but these guys are going to be obviously more expensive. They're going to be able to do more than just a standard flamer squad.
That's the thing. I think like that is so forge crafted. Hold on a second. That's the thing about the other ones, that they're so cheap that you can just throw them up the table and it doesn't really matter. Forge crafted flamer is panic 1, AP 5, damage 2 is what they are.
Ooh, okay. That's a really that's odd.
So yeah, you get damaged. You get damage 2 flamers, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, because you could pile with the way the templates work. Obviously, you could pile a whole load of wounds on like a Terminator squad or something. Strength 5 as well. Do you say?
Forge crafted AP 5.
Strength.
Range. The strength 4. Range 4.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Still pretty good.
5.
Yeah, pretty good. Alrighty. Yeah, cool. Moving on. So my number 2 is the tactical support squad with melter guns in particular. Now I have used these guys quite a lot, and actually, unlike what I said earlier, I think controversial. I think Jay's going to disagree. I think you should go max squad number here. And actually, sadly, their role in the game has probably changed quite a bit. These guys are perfect to drive up and just absolutely destroy a dreadnought or a Terminator squad or a Death Star. You want to just go after like a big chopper unit with these because they do 3 damage each, which is enough to kill nearly anything. Terminators, even Saturnine Terminators, right? You're going to be taking out all of those models, Centurions, etc. You're not losing your damage profile because of the strength against infantry and dreadnoughts, whereas you are against a tank. And
they also can take out light tanks as well.
Armor value 13, they destroy it easily. It's the 14, isn't it? Is where the problem is. You still need to get within melter range and hope you roll some 6s, and on 10 shots, it's just not enough. With these guys, I would also be taking the augury scanner upgrade that you can give the support squad unit. I wouldn't bother on the flamer guys earlier. I wouldn't bother with it on any other weapon loadout other than the melters, maybe, but you don't want someone deciding to shroud or what have you against these melter gun hits, because you need every single one of them to get past an invulnerable save as much as possible. They do a really good job of it. I think they're really cool for that reason. I think, again, that there would be some legions that this works better with than others. Any legion that gets to be perhaps maybe move quicker again, the White Scars, because you've got such a short range with these guns, or even maybe Alpha Legion where you're considered further away, so when you're getting countercharged or what have you. You want to be trying to probably keep an Overwatch reaction available for these guys when they're going to get countercharged. Try and keep that alive where possible. But yeah, I think they're pretty good. They are a bit more points heavy. I think they are 300 odd points if I'm remembering correctly from running them.
I do think you need to change your mindset though. Like they're not just to dump out and kill a Land Raider.
Can't chuck them out
not
Spartan
great
and
against
expect
Armor
to kill
14.
it.
Yeah.
No, you cannot do it. It's a really bad option for it. But what you want to do is you want to blow up the land. You want to blow up the Spartan with a load of hunter killers or demolishers or vindicators or what have you, and then these guys kill the occupants. That's
but
what
even
you want to do.
five of these guys, like just hiding, like waiting for their like elites to come down the field they're gonna have to deal with, right?
Yeah. I would put these guys in a Rhino as well. You've then got quite a surprisingly large threat range as well. You know, with the whole move 12, hop out 7, 12-inch threat range with the weapons. You can surprisingly make a lot of distance with them. Yeah, no, I think they're pretty cool.
And I wonder why the Raven Guard Legion trait sucks.
Yeah, you can close the distance so quick in this edition. It's
just crazy.
Your whole 18-inch range thing is not really that relevant, is it, for the Raven Guard?
No.
Moving on, the J's number 2.
So my number 2 is the Rapier Laser Destroyer, kind of like we talked about before. I didn't think about it as much on the return fire, but what I was really thinking of is, again, those corridors of fire. I've had them more used against me this edition than I've used them, and I really find them scary because I tend to use a lot more tanks this edition. So I've found these things terrifying, and I've had to stop and take them out before proceeding.
Yeah,
and I think that's good. I mean, so I think there's an argument again as well to have pairs of 2 of them for that reason.
Yeah.
Even though Pete's right, you don't want to eat a return fire on them. So, it depends on how you play. But I think they're a really good unit, and I think they are a really good anti-tank now.
Yeah, they're solid. They are scary. They do chip away hull points quite efficiently. They're more reliable than what I thought they'd be, actually. Because they're strength 10, aren't they? Strength 10 with Armor Bane. So it's a 50-50 if you damage a Land Raider or AV-14 vehicle, which is pretty good. And they're free damage if they stay stationary, is that right? Ability damage, heavy damage.
So it just piles on the damage, right?
Yeah.
So it's just
I think
it's go ahead.
I was going to say, I think with a unit of 4, you're statistically. So if a unit of 4 has 8 shots, you're going to hit with 5 of them. And then 3 of them, I guess, 2.5, 3 of them are going to pen against a Land Raider. Which means you're going to do somewhere between 6 to 8 damage. So you will take out a Land Raider with a full squad, statistically on average. You're not going to take out a Spartan, though, with 1 round on average. You could do, but you're not likely to. So I guess, are you better off of having 2 units of 2? Maybe. It depends about this. As I was saying earlier, the return fire bit is so scary with these guys, though. Yeah,
it's strength 10, heavy damage. Yeah, it's Armor Bane. So, yeah, they've got that 3 damage.
Yeah, no, they're cool. Moving on. My number 1, again, is the Rapier, but with a different loadout. The Quad Mortar. Is it Quad Mortar? Quad Launcher? Whatever it's called. Quad Gun.
Thud Gun. I always call them Thud Guns.
Yeah, they've changed their name 100 times, I swear. I seriously rate these guys. They are a amazing Swiss Army knife. So you've got the 2 main rounds. You got the frag rounds, which are range 6, and I've used these guys extensively. And I really recommend units of 4. I have 2 units of 4, and actually putting 600 points in your list of rapiers is not. It's too much.
It's too many.
It's too much. Yeah. You need just one's fine.
It's okay. You can repaint one of those squads of 4 as Alpha Legion.
Yeah, perhaps.
They're already silver.
Or I could sell them. No. Anyway, so yeah, so you get the frag rounds are strength 5, AP 5, large blast, range 60, and they're barrage, so you can just hit what you want to hit, and they get heavy firepower. So if you want to, so it depends on the game, right? You go, okay, I'm against an infantry horde, and he's got 2 or 3 deck chair units that are just going to sit on the back objectives, and he's going to send the rest of the horde towards me. Okay, I'll sit these guys at the very back, and I'll just shell his scoring units all game at the back, right? Cool. That's a role for these guys to do. And putting 8 pie plates down on a unit, especially if you can get a Cognis Signum in to draw line of sight on them, it's so many hits and so many wounds on that unit. Okay, you don't do any statuses, but they're going to be taking a leadership test because they've taken 25% casualties. There's no two ways around it. Really, really good for that. The alternative to that, the other alternative shell that they've got is the Shattershot shell, and I think that was quite surprising, wasn't it, playing against that, Jay? How good they are at just taking out light armored vehicles. So they are.
Well, again, they're nothing against a Land Raider.
Literally can't hurt a Land Raider. Yeah. So they're strength 7 with armor bane, so they can penetrate AV-13 on a 6. Get 4 shots per gun. So again, a full squadron of these is 16 shots. And if they stay stationary again, they get damage, heavy damage. So they go up to damage 2 per shell. So against your Vindicator, I was lucky I moved them because I did 3 damage. Whereas if I'd have kept them stationary, I would have got 6, and it would have just taken them out in one round of fire. And I've played against a couple other friends with these, and Predators, Vindicators, Sicarans, just anything AV-13. They just eat them for fun. Return fire, yeah, sure. Have a load more shots again. Gone. Pretty good. They're also not bad. I mean, the strength 7 damage 2 shells is not a terrible idea against Terminators, rather than just doing the large blast damage ones. Yeah, because in a pinch, right? Like, this is the thing. Like, at that point, you're desperately trying to get those Terminators who are within 24 inches of you, right? So that's a desperation move. But yes, you have something you can bring to the table. It's the fact that you're going to roll 1 or 2 ones from the 10 wounds that come through, right? You're going to lose the model. But yeah.
Why don't we jump to my number 1 and we'll
okay.
Go ahead.
All right. Okay, cool. All right. Where are we?
So...
it's just right okay. I was like, I thought the image didn't change. I was like, what's happened? Right, okay.
It's the same picture. So my number 1 is these guys too.
Yeah.
And what I just kind of want to continue talking about is that because troops are so important this time around, like in this game, these guys can just reach out and really do a lot of damage on people's troops. And that, I think, is one of the key benefits of them. They also can kill light vehicles that close with them. You also, and if you want to pay for it, you can get the Phosphex with them, which is savage. I think Pete's done a lot of calculations and decided that it's not worth it, but I think your mileage may vary. But it is very scary, and it's intense to deal with.
So I think the way I've been using them as squads of 4, it's not worth it because you have to pay 15 points per gun. And it's only a 24-inch range. But when I was first using these models in 3rd edition, I only had a couple. So I was running them as 2 separate squadrons of 1. And actually, much easier to hide, one quad gun with 2 crew. And if the job is just to put out take a panic free check onto units in the middle of the table, coming towards objectives. It's really, really good for doing that. You do have to unlock it with a siege breaker, of course. But yeah, I think the Phosphex is... The panic free is really, really, really good. It's just you don't want to fall... I think it's 240 points for 4 quad rapiers. It's 300 points if you then take them with the Phosphex upgrade. So it becomes too much. And actually, I don't find the Phosphex is that reliable at actually taking out Terminators, because it's only damage 1. You're still winning on a 3 rather than a 2. You've still got the invuln. You've then still got a wound left over. You might get like 2 or 3 under each blast template because it's small blast.
So it's the panic.
It's the panic is the thing, exactly, yeah. And the other thing as well, just worth mentioning, is that the barrage on the Phosphex is only 1d6. So you're not missing that often, unless it's a very small unit that you're firing at. You're quite likely to clip the unit and still inflict that panic free. So I would be more keen on putting this in some heavy terrain or medium terrain, or in a place where it can't see other than firing barrage, so it can't be shot back at too easily, and just shell an area.
You classically will hide these guys if you're not going first, and then roll them over the terrain to start firing them.
Especially with the Phosphex, because there's no negatives to moving and firing the Phosphex, whereas there are negatives to moving and firing the shatter shells and the frag shells. Yeah, but there's no heavy buff for the Phosphex.
But overall, I think this is a great unit. Like, I think it's my favorite support unit. I think, like you said, they're a Swiss Army knife, right? They're so good at killing light vehicles. Versatile. Actually, I think, what is it, 30? Is it 36-inch range for the anti-tank shells?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, anytime they start approaching you, they just have options. They put pressure on troops. They put pressure on light vehicles. They're fairly inexpensive, unless you're taking 4 of them. But, like, 2 of them for sure would be an easy take.
And it's not to say the other... sorry, good.
I was just going to say, I think, like, Pete's 600 points in 8 of these is not worth it and a little oppressive all at the same time.
Yeah. And it's not to say that the other weapon options aren't worthwhile as well. The quad bolters are pretty good for what they do. Yeah. They're so cheap. I've got 2 of those. And for 40 points, I think they are. It's good to throw out a suppress 2.
And especially if you're like Imperial Fists, like it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Take those bolters.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And the Grav is it's an AP3 small blast, it's again, not bad, but it's the lack of indirect fire then, which makes this model, the quad launcher, then more attractive, in my opinion. But
I will say, overall, the rapiers are number 1.
Yeah.
Like, support.
Sure,
unit.
yeah, for that's
100%.
Cool. All right. As usual, let us know what we got wrong. Thank you very much for the last video. You've corrected us on a few things. Apologies for my Master of Signals calling in aerial reserves in the last video. Naughty me. Obviously, I've not played Flyers at all yet. So I got that wrong. But yeah, let us know what we got wrong. Let us know what you like. Let us know what your thoughts are. Let us know what your top 5 support loadouts and options are as well. That's pretty much it, I think, unless there's anything else you want to add, Jay?
No, that's it. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
We'll catch you next one.